$8 billion. In customer money. Gone. Not stolen by hackers. Not lost to a market crash. Spent. On Bahamas penthouses. A $55 million Tom Brady endorsement. A Super Bowl ad with Larry David. A $500 million bet on a company called Anthropic. FTX was the second largest crypto exchange in the world, worth $32 billion in January 2022. Worth 10 months later, the founder is now serving 25 years, May 2017. Berkeley, California. A 25-year-old MIT physics grad named Sam Bankman-Fried co-founds a crypto trading firm called Alameda Research. He has the pedigree. 2 years at Jane Street, the Wall Street prop shop, where Caroline Ellison also worked. He has the philosophy. Effective altruism. Earn to give. Make as much as possible. Donate it to fight existential risk. 2 years later, May 2019, he launches a sister exchange. FTX. Headquartered in Hong Kong. Moved to the Bahamas in September 2021 when Beijing cracked down. By January 2022, a Series C round values FTX at $32 billion. $1.8 billion raised. Sequoia, Tiger Global, SoftBank Vision Fund, BlackRock, Ontario Teachers Pension Plan. Paul Tudor Jones. The conflict was baked in from day one. A trading firm, and the exchange it traded on, owned by the same man. Here is the trick. FTX issued its own token, called FTT, launched 2019. Total supply 350 million coins, used as collateral, used for fee discounts, traded against everything else on the exchange. At its September 2021 peak, $80 per token. A $20 billion paper market cap, for a token whose only utility was being held on FTX. Now the second part, buried in the FTX codebase, was a single exemption, written by engineering director Nishad Singh. It said one account, and only one, could trade with a negative balance, unlimited overdraft, auto-liquidation off. That account belonged to Alameda Research, SBF's other company, when Luna collapsed in May 2022, when Three Arrows Capital blew up in June. Alameda lost billions on those bets. The hole was filled, quietly, with customer deposits from FTX, routed through the back door, marked as receivables. By autumn 2022, the credit line had grown to over $10 billion, $10 billion of customer money, funding the trading losses of the sister company. The exchange was the bank was the casino. Same wallet. November 2nd, 2022. A CoinDesk reporter named Ian Allison publishes a leaked document, Alameda's June balance sheet. $14.6 billion in assets, on paper. But look closer. $5.8 billion of that is FTT. The token Alameda's sister company prints. $3.5 billion is Solana. $616 million in another FTX-affiliated coin called Serum. The actual liquid assets, real cash, real Bitcoin, real Ethereum, about $1 billion, against roughly $8 billion in liabilities. 4 days later, November 6, 9:47 a.m. Eastern, Changpeng Zhao, CEO of Binance, the largest crypto exchange on Earth, tweets that Binance will liquidate its FTT holdings. About $2.1 billion worth, the token collapses. $22 to $4 in 72 hours. Customer withdrawals on FTX spiked to $6 billion in a single day. The money is not there, it is in Alameda. Lost. A year later, October 2023, Caroline Ellison takes the witness stand in Manhattan Federal Court. She testifies under oath for 3 days that she and SBF knew. They had known for months. Who was on the other side of this? Sequoia Capital put in $210 million. Wrote it down to zero. Sequoia later issued a partner letter calling SBF a generational founder and apologizing. Tiger Global, SoftBank Vision Fund, BlackRock, Temasek, the Singapore Sovereign Wealth Fund, the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, managing the retirement savings of 500,000 Canadian educators, committed $95 million. All of it gone. Total raised across FTX and FTX US, $1.8 billion. Across some of the most sophisticated capital allocators on Earth. How? Almost none of them got audited financials before wiring the money. The Sequoia partner who led the deal later admitted he never asked. SBF, in a now famous Zoom call, was reportedly playing the video game League of Legends while pitching them. The smart money, 8-figure check sizes, zero diligence. November 11, 2022, 7:30 a.m. FTX, FTX US, Alameda Research, and 134 affiliated entities file. Chapter 11 in Delaware, 10 days, $32 billion to zero. A lawyer named John J. Ray III is appointed. He had liquidated Enron. He had seen corporate fraud at its absolute worst. On November 17th, in his first sworn declaration, he wrote one sentence that defined the case. Quote, "Never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls and such a complete absence of trustworthy financial information." End quote. There were no audited financials, no board minutes, no risk management. Company expenses approved via emoji on Slack. The trial lasted 1 month. Manhattan Federal Court, Judge Lewis Kaplan presiding. The jury deliberated 4 hours and 35 minutes, 7 counts: wire fraud, conspiracy, securities fraud, commodities fraud, money laundering, guilty on all of them. March 28, 2024, 25 years federal prison. Forfeiture order, $11 billion. SBF reported to FCI Mendota, a medium security facility in California's Central Valley, in August 2024. Why do crypto exchanges keep cracking like this? Because they hold customer money, and they also trade. And without a regulator looking at the books, those two functions are one keystroke apart. Next on Forensic Files and Fortunes, Bernie Madoff, 65 billion, 50 years.